Good morning, I am Jasmine Tulosa from Bsed Filipino 2A. And this is my presentation for Midterm in Technology for Teaching and Learning 1. Today, we will about to learn 10 ICT terms that will help us to know more about how technology works. Now let's start the first ICT terms, which is the smartphones. Know that a smartphone is a cellular telephone with an integrated computer and other features not originally associated with telephones, such as an operating system, web browsing, and the ability to run software applications. Not only can you send texts, emails, and make calls, you have access to a full menu of computer capabilities as well. In other words, anything you can do on a computer, you can perform on a smartphone. And now here are some examples of top trend smartphones last year 2022. That gives groundbreaking features. First is what we called One Phone 14 Pro Max. These are the Apple's most powerful and feature-packed phones ever. The main rear camera can shoot impressively detailed 48-megapixel photos. The action mode records even steadier videos. The selfie camera finally has autofocus. Next is the Galaxy S22 Ultra. The design is sleek, the huge Super AMOLED display is extremely bright and sharp, and the battery life and cameras both get high marks. And lastly is the Galaxy Z Fold 4. With the Galaxy Z Fold 4, Samsung tightened up the screws, widened the front cover display just enough so it doesn't feel like a remote, and upgraded the cameras. Now let's move on to our second ICT terms, which is the 21st century skills. Skills is generally used to refer to certain core competencies such as collaboration, digital literacy, critical thinking, and problem solving. It advocates believe educators need to teach to help students thrive in today's world. 21st century skill have 4C: the critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. But let us tackle first what is critical thinking. Is important in the 21st century because it's harder than ever to verify accurate information. Critical thinking empowers students to discover the truth in assertions, especially when it comes to separating fact from opinion. Critical thinking can help you better understand yourself, and in turn, help you avoid any kind of negative or limiting beliefs, and focus more on your strengths. Next is the creativity. Creativity is often treated like a you have it or you do end quality. Students can learn how to be creative by solving problems, creating systems, or just trying something they haven't tried before. Creativity allows students to embrace their inner strengths, from big picture planning to meticulous organization. Next is collaboration. An effective collaborator means not only being able to work with others, but also being able to learn from, share with, and express oneself to them. Most importantly, an openness to collaboration and sharing creative ideas means that children communicate with each other more in class. Practicing collaboration and teamwork helps students understand how to address a problem, pitch solutions, and decide the best course of action. And lastly is the communication through authentic models of effective communication. Students build fluency in the listening and speaking skills needed to achieve academic and personal success. 21st Century Communication is a 4-level series that uses powerful ideas from TED Talks to teach learners to think critically and communicate effectively. Now let's move forward for the third ICT terms, which is the digital education. Digital learning is learning facilitated by technology that gives students some element of control over time, place, path, and/or pace. Why is digital education important? Digital education helps learners build the skills they need to navigate technology and to get the best out of it. students of digital education become comfortable with finding, accessing, consuming, and sharing content online. Here are some examples of digital education. First is what we call virtual classroom, second is the serious games, and lastly is the different mobile learnings such as Duolingo, Quizlet, TED-Ed, SoloLearn, Udemy and the Lingualeo. And now for the fourth ICT terms, which is the Internet. Did you know that the Internet is a global network of billions of computers and other electronic devices? With the Internet, it's possible to access almost any information, communicate with anyone else in the world, and do much more. You can do all of this by connecting a computer to the Internet, which is also called going online. And now I will provide you some uses of Internet. Internet play a vital role in research in downloading files, discussion groups, in sharing important. And now for the fifth ICT terms. Mobile learning. Mobile learning is a way of accessing learning content through mobile devices. Using portable computing devices, such as iPads, laptops, tablet PCs, PDAs, and smartphones with wireless networks enables mobility and mobile learning, allowing teaching and learning to extend to spaces beyond the traditional classroom. Now let us tackle what are some benefits of using mobile learning. First is it is time efficient. One of the primary factors preventing employees from learning on the job is the lack of time to do so. Mobile learning directly addresses this challenge by empowering workers to access knowledge at any time. The second is increased knowledge retention. This is because mobile learning often includes content such as video and gamification, which is broken down into smaller, bite-sized chunks. The third benefit is more accessibility. This means that workers are able to fit in training around their current schedules and complete lessons at their own pace, in the way that best suits them. And lastly is cost-effective. Learners are also able to use their personal devices to complete training, eliminating the need for employers to provide tech. And now for the sixth ICT terms. Let us know, what is what we call websites? A website is a collection of publicly accessible, interlinked web pages that share a single domain name. Websites can be created and maintained by an individual, group, business or organization to serve a variety of purposes. Although it is sometimes called web page, this definition is wrong, since a website consists of several web pages. Website is also known as a web presence, or simply, site. Websites come in a nearly endless variety, including educational sites, news sites, porn sites, forums, social media sites, e-commerce sites, and so on. The pages within a website are usually a mix of text and other media. That said, there are no rules dictating the form of a website. And now here are some top examples of website. First is the Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Wikipedia, Instagram, and lastly is the Pornhub. And now for the seventh ICT terms, which is the CPU or Central Processing Unit. Central Processing Unit or CPU is electronic machinery that carries out instructions from programs that allows a computer or other device to perform its task. CPU is the brain of a computer, containing all the circuitry needed to process input, store data, and output results. CPU is constantly following instructions of computer programs that tell it which data to process and how to process it. In conclusion, the more powerful and updated your processor, the faster your computer can complete its task. By getting a more powerful processor, you can help your computer think and work faster. Let's move on to the eighth ICT term, which is what we call blogging. Blogging refers to writing, photography, and other media that's self-published online. A blog, short for weblog, is a frequently updated web page used for personal commentary or business content. What is the purpose of blogging? Blogs are informal articles written for the purpose of showing thought leadership and expertise on a topic. They are a great way to generate fresh content on a website and provide a catalyst for email marketing, social media promotion to drive search traffic to your website. What is the importance of blogging? Blogs provide more shareable content than just your products or service posts for consumers to share with others across social media. And now let's tackle the 9th ICT term, which is what we call USB disk. USB disk or flash drive is a device used for data storage that includes flash memory and an integrated universal serial bus (USB) interface. A USB disk is used to store important files and data backups, carry favorite settings or applications, run diagnostics to troubleshoot computer problems or launch an OS from a bootable USB. It writes and reads data using the moving parts only when the computer is on. And often, you can hear a clicking sound when the computer is working. It means that the moving parts of the hard disk are reading your data. Without a power source, it would be not possible for you to have access to the stored data. Their sole purpose was to store information and transfer it between the connected computers. The connection takes place through the USB port that is on the hardware. And now let's tackle the different ways you can use a USB disk. First, it can unlock your PC. Second, it can easily run your portable apps. The third is to store vital documents for travel, especially all your important files needed to save permanently. And lastly is to stay secure with the Tails operating system. And now for the last ICT term. Let us now tackle what we call laptop computers. A laptop computer, sometimes called a notebook computer by manufacturers. A laptop is a personal computer that can be easily moved and used in a variety of locations. It is a battery or AC-powered personal computer generally smaller than a briefcase that can easily be transported and conveniently used in temporary spaces, such as on airplanes, in libraries, in temporary offices, and at meetings. This means it is fully functional, even when no peripherals are connected. A laptop computer is also quicker to set up, and there are fewer cables to get in the way. You'll also have the option to connect a regular mouse, a larger monitor, and other peripherals. But what is the importance of a laptop computer? A laptop computer is now all but essential for any business student. From registering for classes, to communicate with professors and classmates, to accessing notes and taking exams, a laptop provides necessary resources to be a successful business rocket. And now let us tackle some benefits or advantages of laptop computers. First, they can be carried anywhere, such as between home and office or school. Second, they usually have a built-in webcam, microphone and speakers, making video calls much easier. Third, they can be used in a smaller space. And lastly, they can easily be locked away securely, making them harder to steal.